Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on College Football 26. Today is finally the time where we finish season number 1. We've got one more doubleheader in the regular season, and it's a little bit of an interesting episode today because we take on a very bad Coastal Carolina team in the first game. And then the second game, we've got our rivalry game against Clemson. I don't remember if that's a home game or not. It might be. It could not be. Obviously, it's either one. I don't remember. But that is a big game. We have only lost one game this entire year. It was the first game of the season against Virginia Tech. I don't like to talk about it because we should not have lost that game in the first place, but we did. So we are in a good position. I think we actually locked up in the last episode with those final two games in the SEC conference. We won those games against A&M and Ole Miss. We clinched ourselves a place in the SEC championship game, regardless of what we do in this game or these two games. I would assume, right? Because it doesn't matter if we lose 3 games as long as we're undefeated in the conference. I think that's what it is. And we are 8-0 in SEC play. So I think no matter what happens in this episode, we still will play in the conference championship in season number 1, which is super, super awesome. Now, obviously, I want to win both of these games and go into that conference championship game 11-1. We'll see if that's the case. I think we should be able to pretty much easily walk through Coastal Carolina, but Clemson could be a different story. You never know. So let's get into it. If you go and enjoy it, that like button, subscribe, join the Juice Club, and let's go finish out these possible 2 rivalries. I mean, obviously Clemson's a rival, but do we count Coastal Carolina as a rival? I mean, we're both Carolina schools. They're not on our level, but maybe they're a rival? I don't know. In the game, it doesn't say specifically that they are a rival or that this is a rivalry game, but I'm not a South Carolina fan or a Coastal Carolina fan, so I don't have any personal attachment to this area, so I don't know if this is maybe the fans think of it as a rivalry game. I don't know. If there's any South Carolina fans out there, let me know if Coastal Carolina is a rival to a degree of South Carolina. Maybe it's like the Michigan State Ohio State rivalry, where Michigan State's not on the same level as Ohio State, but they still consider it kind of a rivalry game, even though it's not really anymore at this point. Maybe it's on that level. I don't know. But this is how recruiting has gone up into this point. We have 3 5-star players committed to the class, including the number 3 player in the entire class, Joshua Wood, 5-star gem defensive tackle, who looks really, really good. He's 6'4", 306 with 95 strength, 86 power moves. He's going to come in right away and be unbelievable. I just hope that his depth trait is good and his skill caps aren't too bad, because he could be a real good player if his skill caps are decent. We also have a thumping will linebacker in Jamerson Willett, the number 2 linebacker in the entire class, from Georgia. We only got him 80% scouted, but what we saw was good enough to offer him a scholarship and go after him, so we did bring him in. Then we got my favorite player of the class so far, Felix Coatney, a dual-threat 5-star quarterback, or at least athlete, but he's probably going to be playing quarterback. And he has a good chance, a really good chance, of giving Aaron Nolan a run for his money this offseason and headed into fall camp to see who's going to be the starter next year. And that's all considering Lenore Sellers leaving. Like, what if Lenore Sellers comes back? I don't personally think that he will, but if Lenore Sellers comes back, we got 3 quarterbacks on roster that could all start. So it's going to be a real big mess if he comes back. I don't think he will. Him and Nick Harbor are both probably gone to the NFL this year. But you never know. It could happen. I mean, obviously Nick Harbor's gone, but Lenore Sellers, he could decide to come back, or he could transfer. That's also a possibility. So I like Felix Coatney. I think he's my favorite player in this class so far, and I'm very excited to have him on roster next year. We've also got 3 wide receivers to pair, 2 wide receivers to pair alongside him, and then Enrique Kiernan, who is an athlete power rusher, 6'6", 251 from South Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina. Like him as well. That is our entire class with, I forgot Tyrese Rawls, my bad. We have Tyrese Rawls, a tight end, vertical threat. So we have 3 5-stars and I think 4 4-stars. So 7 in the class total, but we're still working on some more. We've got a bunch of 4-stars that we're in the lead for or battling for. And then we've got a 5-star, one last 5-star, and that is Cameron Daniel, the number 4 player in the entire class. He will be here this episode on campus. He's got 86 speed, 91 excel, good pursuit, good hit power, good initial tackling. His coverages are fine. I'm excited about him, and adding a 4th 4-star or a 4th 5-star would really be awesome. And he comes on campus in the Clemson game, week 14. So that does mean that Clemson game is a home game, obviously. This is what our schedule looks like. We talked about it. We lost to Virginia Tech. Then we went on a huge win streak where we haven't lost since. We went through the buzzsaw of an SEC schedule, which was LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, A&M. None of those games were really that difficult. I will say the LSU game was kind of a struggle at the end there, holding off them because we were on the road. But they finished they're going to be 1-6 in the conference. That's kind of disgusting. But we've got Carolina and Clemson, Coastal Carolina and Clemson. Before we wrap up today's regular season, if we go to the conference standings, like I mentioned earlier, we should be clinched, and it looks like we will be guaranteed to play in a SEC championship. But who are we going to play against? Will it be Mississippi State? Will it be Auburn? I don't know. It could be one of these two teams. I don't know if these guys' schedules, who do they play? So they finish with a bye week in Ole Miss. Interesting. That's a cool trophy they play for. So that actually has some pretty big ramifications, because if Ole Miss beats Mississippi State, they'll jump to 6-2. Mississippi State will fall to 6-2. I would assume Ole Miss would jump them. What happens to Auburn? Who do they play? Do they play Alabama in the Iron Bowl? They've got FCS Southeast, so they've got a cakewalk, and then they play the Iron Bowl. Wow. Okay. So our opponent in the SEC championship is not guaranteed by any means. It could be any one of these 3 schools who play. I guess Florida could also be there, but they'd have to have a lot of luck go their way. They play Tennessee and Florida State in their games, in their 2 rivalry games. So it's probably going to be one of these 3 schools, Mississippi State, Auburn, or Ole Miss, who we play in the SEC championship. We've played all 3 of them, right? No, we didn't play Mississippi State. We played Ole Miss. We haven't played Auburn or Mississippi State. So these 2 teams would be new for this season. But Ole Miss, we played last episode and we beat them pretty handily. So our opponent is still up in the air. It could go to anybody. The Heisman watch, Nick Harbor, we are trying our very best for him to win the Heisman. I don't know if it's going to happen. We need him to go off against Coastal Carolina, because if he does, then it would probably guarantee him to be the Heisman. I don't know. I guess the Clemson game still has a choice whether or not to decide if he's going to win it or not. But this game should be fairly simple. I mean, look at the overall. You can't see our overall. It's an 84 overall. I'm covering it probably. But they're a 67 overall. So this should be a cakewalk. It should be fairly simple. It should be over by the second quarter, I would think. And we can go home pretty quick.
Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
And here we go. South Carolina versus Coastal Carolina. We are rocking the retro uniforms. I saw that we hadn't, or I thought we hadn't used these before this season, so I thought we might as well. They don't look that much different than the ones they wear now, but I thought we might as well wear every combination we can in the first season. And I mean, these uniforms for Coastal Carolina look pretty good. This teal and white combination, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Number 16th, toughest place to play, presented by Lowe's here in college football. And Coastal Carolina is feeling the effects, because that was a horrible first pass of the day. Brian Thomas Jr. and Dylan Stewart have been a phenomenal 1-2 punch coming off of the edge. And then it gets to that where the quarterback drops it, and speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Brian Thomas Jr. picks up the scraps and walks into the end zone for the fumble recovery touchdown. I mean, that was as perfectly timed as you could ever have it. Thomas Jr. gets through, and then I think, who was the guy that sacked him? I don't think it was Brownlow Dindy. I think it was the other guy, which I'm blanking on his name right now. He's the one who sacked the quarterback, and then Thomas Jr. picks it up and walks into the end zone for an easy touchdown. That ball's out as well. It's picked up by South Carolina. We're going to have 2 touchdowns on fumble recoveries. We haven't even touched the ball on offense. We have 14 points on back-to-back fumble recoveries for touchdowns. You gotta be kidding me. Miles Norwood, right place, right time, picks it up and just bolts to the end zone. I promise you, we are on Heisman difficulty. And the sliders are not changed. Everybody is where they need to be. Can I find this? How do I find the sliders? I don't know if I can find the sliders in this. No, that's the settings and stuff, or the ability things. I don't think I can show you the sliders. That's the controls. Maybe it's in the actual settings. I promise you that nothing has been changed. all the fumbles are the same at base 50. I did not bump up the fumble slider so that we could pop the ball out easier. Everything is exactly the way it should be. They're just getting rocked. 14-0 South Carolina. I told you this game was going to be over by the second quarter. I didn't think this would be how we did it. Can we get a 3rd straight fumble? That'd be amazing. No, we can't get it on the kick return. But here comes Coastal with the next drive. Was it Brown? It might be. I mean, Brownlow Dindy's hot, so maybe it was. I was thinking of Goodwine, but it might have been Brownlow Dindy who got the forced fumble on the quarterback sack, because he's the one that's hot right now. So maybe it was him. But as I was saying, Brian Thomas Jr. and Dylan Stewart have been an unbelievable pairing on the edge. You'd think that Dylan Stewart would be the main piece, and he has been. He's been unbelievable this year. But, I mean, for as good as Dylan Stewart's been, Brian Thomas Jr. has been right there, maybe even a little bit better with the production. So, you gotta give the credit where credit is due to Brian Thomas Jr., because he's been an unbelievable player for us this year. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a punt for Carolina there, Coastal. They get the first down on a screen, so we'll just have to go back. Oh, they're getting the ball out a little bit quicker. Okay. They don't want to get rocked by the sacks, so they are going to get the ball out a little bit quicker. I think what we've realized is usering Brian Thomas Jr. is better because it opens up a lot better options for sacks. Sean Murphy does get an injury. I think he's one of our corners. Could be a linebacker, I'm not sure. But using Brian Thomas Jr. allows for Dylan Stewart to get more pressure, because when I was using it, it just wasn't working for some reason, or at least not as consistently as I would like. That's another sack on this Coastal team, and he's a linebacker, okay. They're just not on the same level as us. They're 3-7 in the Sun Belt. They're not that good, or at least they're not as good as we are. We've had such a good year this year. We are so much more talented than this Coastal team, so we should be able to absolutely obliterate them. And finally, for the first time in this game, the offense will come out on the field. It feels like this offense doesn't even need to come out there because of all the damage we've already done. But here we come. We have to help Nick Harbor. Now that we lost out on that running back recruitment, the 5-star who had the deal breaker for rushing yards or whatever, now that we lost out on him, we need to put our whole focus on Nick Harbor and getting him to the Heisman. He's second right now behind, I think it was Mekhi Hughes for Oregon. So we need to get him as many touches as possible, as many yards as possible, as many touchdowns as possible. Feed him the football to an unhealthy level if we want to get him the Heisman. Because usually it goes to like Jeremiah Smith or Cade Klubnik of Clemson. Somebody like that gets the Heisman. We don't want that. We want South Carolina, Nick Harbor, to be the Heisman Trophy winner for this first season. And that's a good start. We get him a nice little touch. He did take a nasty hit, though. Very unnecessary hit as well. But if we can just feed him the football, get him a bunch of touchdowns, a bunch of good yards. If he can get over 100 yards and maybe 3 touchdowns, that should help him in his chase for the Heisman. We'll see what happens, though. I'm actually going to take off and scramble with the Norcells. I got no other options. Take down the slide there. Don't need to take any unnecessary hits, unnecessary shots. And here we go. Under a minute in first quarter. We are going to find, never mind. Defensive lineman for Coastal swats that football away. At least it didn't get like swatted and then intercepted. That's happened before, and it frustrates the life out of me. So we will go again. Try to find Harbor. He's going to get open, and he is. We'll just secure the catch. Very simply, 2 for 28 for him. And we will go with possibly... What should we go for? Let's just go with the run. I don't like any of those options. We'll snap this right before the quarter ends, hopefully. Snap it, please. Thank you. And face on. Don't go in. I could have went in easily, but we need to get Harbor these touchdowns. We got a force feed. Oh, little Gamecock. He's jiving. He's vibing out there. Negative 25 rushing yards because all the sacks is kind of crazy. All right, we dove down. We didn't allow, sorry, face on. I mean, I know you probably would like to have a touchdown too, but we got to get Nick Harbor. We got to find him first. There he is. Nick Harbor, we need touchdowns for you, big dog. Let's see. Let's go with maybe the pivot inseams. That could be a good one. And then maybe we call Nick Harbor on a speed out. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, Nick Harbor's open. End zone. Caught. Touchdown, Harbor. He's got one. And he salutes the South Carolina faithful. Harbor's got one. Hopefully many more to come in this game. We already lead 21-0 over Coastal. This is going to be a bludgeoning. And hopefully this leads to that other 5-star, Cameron Daniel. I'm hoping that he commits without even having to go on the visit to Clemson, because that's one extra 5-star that we would have, and we wouldn't have to worry about blowing out Clemson. I mean, I'd like to blow out Clemson because it's a rivalry game, but if he already commits, then he's not going to decommit, because I don't think he would. At least I guess I don't know what his deal breaker is. But if we can get him secured before that game, before he comes on campus, that would make me feel a lot better. We'll see what happens, though. We got to win this game. Just because we're up 21-0 doesn't mean that we can't lose this game, because I've seen it to me. It's happened to me before. I have a well-documented history on this channel of losing games, or at least letting the games get closer than they should have been. As Dylan Stewart just dives into no man land there. That's kind of funny. 2nd and 5. It seems like the run game could be effective against us. We're not that good at stopping it. But when they drop back and pass, that's where our bread and butter is right there. And they're going to drop back and pass right here. Brian Thomas Jr. trying to get the sack there. Stewart will force him to throw a wild pass. It's dropped by the receiver on the tackle. He was like bobbing and weaving trying to figure out what he was going to do, and then he just jumped past almost Tim Tebow style, trying to get that ball out of the way before Stewart got to him. That is going to be loss of a tackle battle. Another tackle broken. 4th and 1. Oh my God. The fact that he was even had a possibility of getting a first down there is frustrating. The tackle battle didn't last very long. I was pressing it almost immediately, but it was already gone. Very strange. But anyway, he didn't get the first down. And they punted away to us. Brown will return it to the 33, and here come the boys. Here come the good guys. What do we want? Another touchdown. That's what we want. We want another touchdown with Nick Harbor, but we're going to start with a screen. Let's see what we got. Get it out to face on. He's going to have some blockers. Nice change of direction. Face on. First down. That's a good start. It's a really good start for the boy. And now we go into the pass. We roll. We roll. We roll. We roll. We have to go because I screwed up. I hate this freaking thing, man. I hate that they changed the playmaker, dude. I hate it so much. I despise it. I absolutely... I want it to... I want that feature and whoever created it to burn. I like, why would you change that? It makes absolutely zero sense. Playmaker, the ability playmaker was a little broken because it never really worked. But changing the way you activate it was not the problem. Or not the solution to the problem, at least. I don't understand why they would change it. It makes no sense. They changed it for changing its sake. That's what it is. Face on, shut down. I really had nowhere to go there. They immediately got through to stop that run, so there was really nowhere I could go. That's all right, because we don't need touchdowns with the running back. We need touchdowns with the receiver, Nicholas Harbor. That's what we're going for. Under 2 minutes now in the half. We're going to find Harbor because he's got so much speed, and this should be an easy touchdown, and it is. Number 2 for Nick Harbor. That's what I'm talking about. Big dog. And the Gamecock is going crazy. We are trying to impress the voters in New York, making them say, yeah, we want Nick Harbor to be the Heisman Trophy winner, because, fun fact, I never won a Heisman in any of my dynasties in College Football 25. We got very close with Amani Tolles in Season 1 of Golden Bronco Dynasty. He got second, I think. He never won it, though. And then in Hawaii Dynasty, we got very close with Cam Barfield. I think he finished either second or third. I can't remember exactly where he finished. But he never won it either. So we got very close a couple of times in those dynasties, but we never actually won the Heisman. I'd love to win it in year number 1 of South Carolina Dynasty with Nick Harbor, because I don't know if we're going to find a better receiver than Nick Harbor. I don't know if there's going to be a recruit that's better than Nick Harbor. I mean, he's a real person who is a video game glitch, which is just unbelievable. To have that size and that speed is absolutely insane. That ball's fumbled, and it's recovered by Brownlow Dindy. Unfortunately, it can't be our third fumble recovery for a touchdown, because he does go on the ground, and when you're on the ground in college with the football, it is counted as down. But that would have been amazing. Another fumble recovery for the boys. That's number 3. I mean, this is just, it's out of control at this point. I don't know what's going on. How was that even a fumble? I thought it was like an incomplete pass. Is it because it went behind? Did he throw it? Let's see what happened here. So, Miles is the one who makes contact with the quarterback. He gets hit. The ball is in his hand. I guess it's is it a throw? To me, it looks like his hand is going forward, which would mean it is a throw and an incomplete pass. But they ruled it a fumble, and there's no review. I feel like that's not a fumble. I feel like his hand is going forward, it's a throw, and then it's an incomplete pass. But it bounces off of Brian Thomas Jr., and then picked up by Brownlow Dindy. If he didn't dive on it, he could have ran in for a touchdown, but he dove on it, he's counted down. I don't know. I don't think this is a pass, or this is a fumble. I think his hand is going forward, and then he drops it, which is an incomplete pass. But they called it a fumble on the field. There's no review, and we are going to ride with it, because I'm not going to complain about it, obviously. We are going to go and score a touchdown off of this. Although the jet sweep is not the right person, but it is. It is Nicholas Harbor. Jet sweep, touchdown, number 3 for the good guys. Nick Harbor is in easily. You might not even see the second half. This might be one of the quickest games we've ever shown here on the channel, because we are up 35-0 in the second quarter. I told you this game was going to be over by the second quarter. At least it should be over by the second quarter. And I was not lying. Although I didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't think it was going to happen this way. 3 forced fumbles, 2 that went for touchdowns. I mean, this is out of control. This is amazing. But we will see what happens on this drive. 55 seconds. What can Coastal even try to do here? They've been just outmatched, outclassed, and a little bit unlucky as well. They've also been a little bit unlucky, I will be real. Those fumbles are unfortunate. But it's a 2nd and 12. Only 1 timeout remains for Coastal. With 51 seconds to go. Dylan Stewart, I'd love a sack. He's not going to get there. It's going to be actually a decent pass. I tried to go for another hit stick, but it didn't really register. And the final timeout used by Coastal. 45 seconds. Whatever we do, we can't allow a touchdown here. That'd be devastating for our hopes of shutout. But Brian Thomas Jr. might get a sack. He almost got there. Can't do it. Receiver tries to get out of bounds. We hold him to not being out of bounds. Will they spike this, or will they just go with a regular play? Looks like they're going to go regular play here. 35 seconds to go in the quarter, in the half. Quick throw, caught by a receiver. They're trying to get into field goal range. I mean, a field goal does nothing for you. You're down 35-0 going into the half. Field goal does nothing for you. You got to score touchdowns here. And with 20 seconds left, they're not spiking it. So we'll see what happens. Dylan Stewart could end this half, and he will. That's got to be the end of the half right there. I mean, they're going to try to hurry up for another play, but Dylan Stewart solidifies the end there with the sack. They will get at least one more play off. And we will... Oh, I almost sacked him again, but I ran into the offensive lineman. That's a little unfortunate. They will get down, but they can't... I mean, they can't stop the clock. They can't get this field goal off. No, I was going to say, they can't get the field goal off. I almost got another sack there, but I ran into the dude. It was a little unfortunate. All right, we'll get the football. If we score one more time, I'm probably not going to show you much more of this game because it's just going to be me running the clock down. We don't really need to do anything. I'll try to get Harbor more touchdowns. He needs more yards now. He's got 3 touchdowns. He needs more yards. So let's try to get him some more yards. He's going to be running the inside part here. I don't think he's going to be open. And I don't want to... I know I want to force feed him. I don't want to... He might have been open there, actually. I don't want to throw an interception on an unnecessary throw. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to call out the GOAT play. We're going to call out the GOAT play if I can find it. We're going to go slot fade. If I can... Where's it at? Did I pass it? There it is. We're going to go slot fade. When in doubt, and you need Nick Harbor yards, we call on the slot fade. It's the GOAT play for a reason. Down the field. He's got it. Touchdown number 4, Nicholas Harbor. Oh my God. This game is over. Nick Harbor has 4. He's making a case for the Heisman. This is exactly the type of game that he needed to have against a bad team. He needed to absolutely come out here and destroy, and he's doing just that. Whew. All right, 4 touchdowns on the day for Harbor. He's got to have over 100 yards now. Because that right there was 74. So, or maybe it wasn't 70, maybe it was 72, something like 71, something like that. Because we did have that check down to face on the first play, so. It's 70 yards at least. Plus the yards he already had, which had to have been like 20 or 30 or something like that. So he's got to be at 100 with a few catches and 4 touchdowns. He's doing great. But we'll do one more drive on defense so you can see what happens to Coastal. But you're probably not going to see much more of this game because what else is there to see? Me dominating Coastal? We've already seen it. It's 42-0 in the third quarter. This game is OVA. OVA. Oh, that's a deep ball. One-on-one. Caught by Coastal. Collier could not catch it. Jamarian Wayne went up there and beat me. Man, that happens to me a lot in College Football 26. I get mossed on one-on-ones way more than I should. Quarterback will keep. He finds it on an RPO. Brought down. Okay, Coastal might actually have some sort of momentum here. That deep ball might have sparked something in this Coastal offense. We will find out. What do they got? Spin move off the reach? No, can't do that. That's going to be caught out of bounds. Is Coastal going to score? Is Coastal Carolina actually going to put up a touchdown and ruin our shutout? I'd be devastated. They're going to go underneath. I missed the tackle because I'm a sucky suck boy. I don't like this one bit. They're actually moving the football fairly well. Where was this the entire game? Well, I mean, they were down 14-0 before anything even happened, so it's kind of unfortunate for them. That is stopped at the 1. I was trying to go for the hit stick, but I missed him. As you could probably tell. All right. We've got Coastal at the 1. Blowing it up is Johnson. He shot the gap and blew it up. Jair Johnson from the 5, and the quarterback is holding his left arm, trying to get it some feeling in it. He's getting hurt, and he got rocked again. Peyton Williams hurt on the play for us, but it's 3rd down. 3rd and goal, and that quarterback is still feeling the shoulder injury or possible shoulder injury that he might have. Up the middle, Carolina running back is in. Touchdown, Coastal. They will not have a shutout. We will not have a shutout. That's kind of annoying. I was hoping for a shutout there, obviously. It would have looked nice. It's not like they're going to come back and win this game by any means. But that gives us another reason to score another touchdown with Nick Harbor, I guess. So that's always good. It's always good to score another touchdown with the boy Nick. We will try. And then after this drive, we'll probably just see at the end of the game once the game's over, because we'll score here, and then there'll be just semantics after that. So let's go to the GOAT play and try to get him some more yards. It worked like a dream last time, and this time they're going to press him a little bit. Oh, that's a bad idea. That corner's going to go back with him. There's no way he can keep up with him. Nick Harbor, he's got it. He stays on his feet. Nick Harbor mossed him. Oh, baby. He boxed him out like an NBA center. And he's got the career receiving yards. Congratulations, Nick. He's now the career receiving yard leader in South Carolina history. It's a special day. Can he top it off with a 5th touchdown? He might be able to, but we're going to drop this down to Smith to get us up a little bit closer. We'll drop that down. We'll go back to the coach suggestion plays. And then we will... Let's hit a little bit of a run just to get closer. Just a little bit closer. Faison. Ooh, that was targeting to the back of his back. Let's go with maybe a PA read possibility. That could work. We could see that. This could work if Harbor gets open. I think he is. Nick Harbor. Oh, I needed a broken tackle there. It wasn't as open as I wanted it. 200 yards on 9 catches and 4 touchdowns for Nick Harbor. Yeah, I'd say he's going to pass Mekhi Hughes. There's no way that Hughes has a better game than this. Although I got to get out of here. Uh-oh. Throw that ball away, Lenoris. Thank you. We will survive, and obviously we're going to go for this because why wouldn't we? We're 42-7 in the third quarter. What do we have to lose? So we're going to go to it. We're going to try to hit Harbor. Can I hit him? Nick Harbor dropped it. Incomplete. We can't get him that 5th touchdown. We probably won't be seeing much more of this game, though. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. South Carolina beats Coastal Carolina 49-7. I ended up putting one more touchdown in the fourth quarter with Rasul Faison. There was only like 20 seconds left. I was at the 2-yard line. I decided why not put it in. But that was one of the easiest games I can remember having in either College World 25 or 26. And I'm happy we had it. Because now Lenore Sellers, the single season South Carolina touchdown passing record holder. Congratulations to him. We should also see Nick Harbor, single season receiving yard record broken. Congratulations to him as well. What's this? We also have the single season receptions record broken by Nick Harbor. He's making his presence felt. There's another record broken here. The single season SEC receiving touchdown record. Oh my God, we are going absolutely nuclear. Another one. The SEC receiving touchdown record. No, the South Carolina receiving touchdown record. That is a lot of records broken by Nick Harbor. It don't get any crazier than that. I will tell you what. I'll tell you what. Let's go to South Carolina career. Nick Harbor receiving touchdowns in a career 24. He's got it. Then in a season, I really wish it wouldn't change back to national when you switched from season, career, game, or whatever. We've got Nick Harbor with 1,500 receiving yards and 92 catches this year. Lenore Sellers has 30 touchdowns in a season. Harbor's got 24 receiving touchdowns. Dylan Stewart now has the sack record at 17, which is just crazy to think about. Dylan Thompson's got 35. His name wasn't Dylan Thompson with an M, was it? Hold on, now I gotta see that. There's no way his name was Thompson with an M. Dylan Tom... Why am I capital? Dylan Thompson, South Carolina. There's no way it was an M. That's got to be a typo. Yeah, it's an N. So in the game, in the record books, they have a typo. Here, you can see it real quick. Bing. There you go. It was a typo. They have an M instead of an N for Dylan Thompson. I didn't think that looked right. But he had 3,500 yards in a season. I don't know if we'll get that with Lenoris. Maybe with the playoff games we'll get there. Rushing yards, receiving yards, we got that all good. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Let's simulate the week and see if not only we got Nick Harbor back up to number 1 in the Heisman voting, but also if we can secure that 5-star recruitment, and we do not. Okay, not right now at least. Niles Burrell, that's the only one? No, Cameron Daniel. You got to be kidding me. Oh, I thought we were going to secure him. We do get locked out of Sam Manuai. It's kind of annoying. I kind of wanted him a lot, but we didn't get him. What is going on with Cameron Daniel? Why is he not on our team? We did get a 4-star, which is nice. It's always good to get 4 stars. And here's the final game of the regular season against South Carolina. We're number 2, or against Clemson. We're number 2 in the country, though. That's pretty cool. What happened with this commitment? Cameron Daniel. Wisconsin has jumped us because he was on campus. That makes sense. Okay, I was wondering why we fell to second, but it's because he was on campus and had a visit. But the visit was not that good. So now he's going to be on campus this week with us. And I really hope that he wants to come play for us. I would switch to a hard sell, but the hard sell just doesn't feel like it's going to work. We have an A+ playing time, a B+ pro potential, and a C+ brand exposure. Does that really make that much of a difference? I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. Playing style for Sam Manuai is his deal breaker. I don't think he decommits, so we will remove him from the board. Niles Burrell is a 4-star that we will add to the board. That's another 4-star committed. George Beard is also going to be on campus for this game against Clemson. We've got 100 hours available. We are hard selling a few different people. We're trying to grab this Romeo Hurt dude. We don't need him necessarily because we have Tyrese Rawls, but getting another tight end wouldn't hurt. Fernando Rojas, we're in a pretty tough battle for. A lot of these guys we're trying our very best. The visit for Dick Magnum, and yes, I am going to change his name to Magnum if we are able to secure his commitment. It really helped us out. The visit really worked. It's just Oklahoma is even more impactful. And his grades are even worse than Cameron Daniels, so we can't sell Dick Mangum, unfortunately. Chuck Hawker, we could probably hard sell you. Let's try to hard sell him. What does he like? He likes, not that one. It's probably going to be this one, which would help us out. Aspirational goals would give us 2 A's and a B+. Well, an A+ too. That could work. I could sell that. And we're taking on Clemson, which if we beat them, might be pretty decent. Mo Kamalu, we are looking good on for him. Jason Payne, which is a elite name. Sounds like a spy or something. He's going to come to the team, hopefully. Matt Lockridge, we're the only one going after. Shipley, we haven't even jumped into the race for yet, which just seems a little weird, but whatever. Iheanacho, we are still in the lead for, but I am not recruiting him because I just don't think he's very good. I could just take him off the board, but at the end of the day, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. So we're going to keep him on there. DeMarcus Stoner, he was fast, right? I thought he was faster. We got locked out of Dante Kahn, so we'll take him off. We have 110 hours. We can really do some damage here. Do I want to go after DeMarcus Stoner? The 85 speed's not amazing. The route running is actually really good off the bat. His release is decent. I'll toss a 25 on him. We'll see if we can get in there with Wake Forest. What about Anthony Rochelle? Do we like him at all? 58 block shed's not great. I don't really think that's a good player. He might end up turning into something. You never know, I guess. What about Darian Booty? 84 agility is a good start. 80 speeds. These 3 stars are not really what I'm looking for. Okay, now we're talking. But he's still got 81 speed. He is a little better. He's better than Booty, this Paul Stacey guy. But I don't know if that matters at all. They're both not great. I don't know. These 3 stars might not be worth even going after. We might just have to continue putting points on the guys that we are recruiting, that we're already trying to go hard for. This game against Clemson is pretty big. It is pretty big. Who's this guy? This is a 3-star corner. Our recommend is looking pretty good. Our recommended is looking pretty good. What about... Are there any running backs still left on the table? If we could find a running back that has amazing speed, like a 3-star that has some crazy good speed. East-West playmaker, maybe he's the guy. North-South blocker, definitely not. Elusive bruiser. 5'9" elusive bruiser's crazy. What about a 6'1" elusive bruiser? We'll put those 2 guys on the board. I'll toss a Scully on Marquez Beaver because I don't have enough hours to do anything else. Hopefully it doesn't lock us out. But finding a running back that has good speed would be pretty awesome. We've got one more game to go. It is the, what do they call this? The Palmetto series? Whatever it is. It is Clemson versus South Carolina. We are 2 in the country. Number 2 in the country. We are guaranteed to play in the SEC championship. And it looks like Mississippi State won their, oh no, they had the bye. Auburn won their game against Alabama. They won the Iron Bowl. So Auburn's, or did they win the Iron Bowl or they play it now? No, they beat FCS Southeast. That's right. So they beat FCS Southeast pretty easily. So now they play the Iron Bowl. And then Mississippi State should be playing Ole Miss right now. Yeah, so they play Ole Miss. So this week will determine, obviously, since it's the final week, will determine who we play in the SEC championship. It's going to be between one of these 2 teams. If Mississippi State somehow loses to Ole Miss, which is not that shocking if they did, I'd be more shocked if Auburn lost to Alabama, because Auburn seems to be a lot better of a team. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. They're number 3 team in the nation. Who's number 1? The top 25. Number 1 team is, of course, or I should have guessed that. They're the only undefeated team in college football this year. Where's Duke at? Duke is not simulating well this year. There they are. They're 8-3. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Ohio State was not ranked, and then they're 7-4? Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, well, we've got rivalry week. I hope Oregon loses, because then there's no undefeated teams in college football this year, but we'll see what happens. Win this game. Hopefully secure the recruitments of some 5-stars, or the 1 5-star that's on campus. Let me make sure we know who's coming on campus here. We've got I think we filled up the entire, like everybody who's here, who can be here is here. So we've got Cameron Daniel, George Beard, Ezekiel Malveaux. Those guys are on campus. All these ones are already committed. So we've got 3 guys on campus, including a 5-star in Cameron Daniel. We need this visit to go well, because then hopefully it'll catapult us ahead of Wisconsin and we can get back in on the 5-star. We'll see what happens. It's a big rivalry game. Throw the records out when the rivals play. This one could get spicy.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of 2 elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 2nd-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Gamecocks will...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is game time. South Carolina versus Clemson. Rivalry special. Final game of the regular season, the Palmetto series. Last year, South Carolina won? I didn't realize they won last year. Well, good for them. But we are taking on a potential NFL quarterback in Cade Klubnik. So we'll see what happens. Luckily, the crowd is in our favor because we're at home, obviously. So I don't think that it really affects the CPU. At least I've never seen it affect it in my experiences, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. But we take them on. We've got to win this game, not only because it's a rivalry and I want to win the game, but also, as Jair Johnson's already injured, I want to, obviously, as you saw right there, I want to win in pretty comfortable fashion to impress Cameron Daniel, the 5-star recruit who's on campus today on his visit. And I would really prefer him to choose us over Wisconsin. So we'll see what happens. We will hopefully get him to commit. But if we have a bad game, a bad performance here against Clemson, it's all over. There's no way we're going to get in the battle. We could force a recruiting battle if we win this game. That's a possibility. Or we just jump him in general. Cade Klubnik's had 2 rushes already, and he's holding the ball a lot more than I thought he would. We need our defensive line to be like they have been all season, and that is elite. Get to the quarterback who he holds it again. Cade Klubnik is feeling like Lamar Jackson out here. But he doesn't get anything to go. Brian Thomas Jr. was not fooled. And they will punt it away. So all of that good work on their first drive ends in failure and disappointment and sadness. Because on 3rd and 1, they tried to go read option with Cade Klubnik. Whatever. Not my business. Lenora Sellers in a quarterback masterclass. Most of those yards went to Nick Harbor, as we know. But hey, sometimes you gotta feed the big dog. The big dog's gonna eat. And here we go. Crowd is in our favor. They love us. They want to see us succeed. And we're not going to force feed Nick Harbor as much as we have in last game against Carolina Coastal. But if he wants to get open a bunch of times, I'm not going to deny him the football. As Michael Smith drops the ball. You got to be kidding me, dog. How in the wide world of sports are you going to drop that football? I think I got somebody open. I did, but I got hit on the throw and can't get the completion. I actually did have somebody open, but it's Peter Woods, who's also an NFL first-round pick potential, which I don't even know if it's potential at this point. He's most likely going to go first round. Thankfully, on 4th down, Nick Harbor's wide open because he always is. He's got a big-time conversion, and we will move on. Let's get the run game going. Lenore Sellers wants to hand the ball off to Rasul Faison, and he will get stuck and go down for a gain of 2. That's annoying and frustrating and sucky suck. This Clemson team's got a lot of names on it. Sammy Brown, Peter Woods, the other guy, the Parker dude, I forget his name. He's there. They got a lot of names. TJ Parker is his name. They got a lot of names. But are they going to be good enough to beat us when it matters the most? When the brights are the lightest? Hand off to Faison. He gets the first down on 3rd and 8. That wasn't even a halfback screen, but it looked like it. The way that it felt. 1st and 10, read option. I'm keeping it with Lenoris. It was a good idea. Oh, it could have been even better if that block actually happened. Is this going to be a possibility of running? Or is the Clemson... Okay, the Clemson defensive line might be good, but that time they really sucked. Injury for a Clemson player. It's Will Helt. Head? I don't know how to say his name. Who cares? He's a jabroni. Doesn't matter. He goes down with an injury. He's soft. S-A-W-F-T. Soft. He goes down, and we will continue moving on. Peter Woods is a menace. Let's just be real. He's like Spider-Man. He's a menace. So we're going to try and not have him be good by getting the ball out a lot quicker so he can't affect the play. But in doing that, we're not getting a lot of yards. They're pressing like cray-cray. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. I am going to roll. Hit Nick Harbor. That's going to be intercepted. You know what happened? You know what happened is I lobbed it to Nick Harbor. Let's go over. Let's go to the instant replay. Let's go to the tape so I can explain to you what happened. So I see this happening. I'm going to scramble, but then I realized it wasn't probably going to be open. I thought this guy on the edge was going to get me right here. So I stopped scrambling. I saw he was going to be open, so I threw it, but the ball was thrown in like a lob formation or a lob type. And then I turned into Nick Harbor to aggressive catch the football. He never did that. And it just goes right over his head, intercepted. And yeah, sucks to suck. I will say that much. Sucks to suck. So we go back on defense. It's an annoying interception. We really shouldn't even have had it in the first place. But it happens, and a broken tackle, another broken tackle. Clemson's running back running hard. He gets 3 yards. Jay Haynes is the man's name. Okay, good for him. Hand the ball off to, or keep it with Cade. Yeah, there you go. Keep it with Cade Klubnik. I'll take that. We can contain that. And it's a 3rd and 8. The crowd is loud. They are maxed out. The decibels are going off the charts. That's to the sidelines. Caught. First down, Clemson. Unreal. He found the only open space in the entire defense, and he threw it. All right. Final play of the quarter. Klubnik finds his man. First down again. Clemson is knocking on the heaven's door. Oh, no. I just had to go and throw a pick. I just had to go and throw an effing pick, and now we're in a bad spot. The stadium pulse is not that loud, even though we're in the end zone. They should be really loud. That's a sack. Is it Brownlow? Didn't he know? It's Goodwine, baby. Monkel Goodwine. Now that is some good wine. Sack on the play. Moves him back to the 12. I felt like that was going to be a Cade Klubnik keeper, and he doesn't keep it. But it's 3rd and goal from the 8. Now, if we can find a way to force them to a field goal from the hash, there's a chance they miss it. Not a high chance, because I never get that lucky. What in the wide world of sports was that throw? What are you doing, Cade? We do force them to a field goal attempt. This is a tough kick. You are close to the goal line anyway. On the hash. It's going to be up and missed. I finally got lucky. They finally missed a field goal on the road. I never get that. That never happens for me. But it finally did. I couldn't be happier. Faison carries up to the 23. We need to find a way to get open. This Clemson defense is good. They're going to call that intentional grounding because nobody was in the area. I thought I was out of the pocket, honestly. I thought I scrambled enough away, but I didn't. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's totally, utterly fine. We are not panicking. I am not panicking, Skywalker. Don't worry. I threw a pick. I almost threw a pick. It's 4th and 17. We got a punt. Oh, my mama. I am not doing well today against Clemson. I picked the most important game of the season to have the worst game of my career. Why couldn't we start with 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns like we did against Coastal? All right, well, we will go back on defense for, I think, the 3rd time. We'll try to, I mean, Clemson has been threatening each and every time they've had the football. We've been able to hold, but I don't know if this time we're going to be able to hold. That was a really good first down run by Jay Haynes. He had so many blocks on that outside, and then there was nobody there to catch him until he had big-time gains. So that's tough. Hand out to the tight end in the backfield. That was strange. I don't know who that is. It's got to be a tight end. But it's a 2nd and 11, and we're dialing up a blitz. Maybe the blitz will work. Maybe the blitz won't work. It almost worked, but it's caught. TJ Moore injured on the play, which I think is the one who caught the pass, and he is. Oh, we are in trouble. Handoff, running back. He's wide open. Touchdown, Clemson. There was absolutely nobody within 30 yards of Jay Haynes. We might be in danger. Because right now I can't move the freaking football against this Clemson defense. Do I have to break out the break glass in case of emergency play? The God play? Do I have to do it? Because I'll do it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to take a stand. I'll break it out if I have to. I'm not tempted by the fates. Nick Harbor down the field, chuck it, 1-on-1, go up and get it. Caught, broken tackle. He's a god. He's a king. Touchdown, Nick Harbor. Are you cereal right now? Are you Lucky Charms? Are you Captain Crunch? Did he just do that? Tell me I didn't just see that. Nick Harbor said, no, I'm catching this football. Get off of me. Lenoris put everything he had on this ball. He put as much mustard on it as he physically could. Man, that is crazy. And then the catch is even crazier. I mean, he stops, turns around, flips the hips, catches that ball, and then says, "Get off of me." And he walks into the end zone, spin move to put the sauce on it, and Nick Harbor has another tutty. This is the most impressive thing I've ever seen. He put a little sauce on the broken tackle as well. We might have to make this the thummy. I mean, Nick Harbor with a sauce. Nick Harbor with some sauce on it, putting this Clemson defender away. Where'd he go? He's disappeared. There he is. He's disappeared. Nick Harbor, touchdown to possibly give us the momentum that we needed. Get off of him. And then he's into the end zone, touchdown. That is what we needed. We needed something big. It wasn't, that slot fade didn't end up going the way that I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be more simple, where he just outruns everybody and scores the touchdown. But it worked out in the same. It ended with 7 points, which is the result I wanted in the first place. The execution may not have been how I thought it was going to be, but as long as it ends in 7, I don't care. We are tied up, and we need the defense to actually play better, because the run game started to get to us there on that drive. So let's figure it out. Klubnik finds his man, dropped off the hands. He's trash. Wow. In the hands of the receiver, and it just bounced off. He's got bricks. Running back handoff. He's going down for a gain of 2, and it's already a 3rd and 8. We are sitting pretty comfortable right now. They're going to motion. Empty backfield. Let's get a sack. Klubnik firing on the run. He's got his man, first down. I want to be sick. Tyler Brown with the catch. How in the wide world did he catch that? Or did he get enough space to throw it? Klubnik keeps on the RPO. He stays in bounds. I screwed up. I always do that. I always forget that they changed it to where the CPU defenders don't automatically just run themselves out of bounds. I'm so used to them doing that from previous games that I haven't gotten out of the habit. I know you got to run until the whistle blows, but I was so ingrained in me for so many years that the CPU defenders were just gonna stupidly run out of bounds because they're dumb, they don't know what to do. But now they changed it, and they try to stay in bounds, and I'm not used to it. And it allows for extra yards they should not have. Very annoying. That time he does run out of bounds. 2nd and 6, but he didn't really have any space. The way that the route took him and the way that he caught it kind of just forced him out of bounds. Very annoying, very sucky. It is what it is. Throw, caught, first down. I hate it here. We need a stop. We cannot allow Clemson to get a touchdown here. Klubnik's got to make a mistake. He hands it off. The running back's got to make a mistake. Gain of 2. That's probably going to take us to the 2-minute warning, I would think. They could snap it here before, but I doubt it, I guess. Oh, they do snap it. 1 play before the half, and it's going to go! Incomplete! They tried to go a little RPO. Quick throw to the end zone. Incomplete. We reached the 2-minute warning. Third and 8. Get to Klubnik. We got to Klubnik. He catches, but it's 4th and 6. And they will attempt another field goal, this time from the opposite side of the field, the other hash. They missed one earlier. Will they miss this one? From the 12. They will miss it, but it's because we blocked it. Norwood sends it to the Shadow Realm. He blocks the field goal. It stays 7-7. And the Gamecock is talking trash to the Clemson player. That's crazy. I can't believe that Norwood actually blocked it. Wow. Talk about awesome stuff to happen. That's pretty sick. That's our second blocked field goal in this series, is it not? I think it is. Or maybe we blocked an extra point. I can't remember. I know we've blocked something. I can't remember what we blocked, though. It was like in the first episode, right? Against Virginia Tech, I'm pretty sure. Look at Faison with the room. Rasul Faison to the 47 on a beautiful handoff. There was nobody in the vicinity at all. And I will call the slot fade. They gave it to me this time. It wasn't even me going to do it myself. They gave it to me. They must know something I don't. Harbor! First and goal! He caught it and stayed in bounds. My king. Bow down. Bow down. Nick Harbor stays in bounds. I thought I threw it out of bounds and there was no chance. How did he get this? Did he stay in bounds? I can't even see the feet. They didn't show the feet. They're not going to review it. I gotta review it. I need to see how he stayed in bounds on this play. Harbor, oh my God. I mean, it doesn't get much closer than this. I guess you can say that he had possession right here, because after that, no foot is on the ground. So I guess, do you count this as being a toe on the ground? Is that toe touching before the left foot touches? It's hard to say. That is as close as you will ever get to a non-catch. Wow. And that might give us the opportunity we need to score. I'm going to have to call a timeout here because I got the chew clock on. So, can we punch it in with Faison? I don't know. I want to be able to, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. Nick Harbor's made 2 unreal catches in this game, and I don't think it's going to happen with Faison. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way with a passing touchdown. The Clemson defensive line / linebackers are just too good. So we're going to have to do it with Nick Harbor. He does it himself. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And we take the lead against Clemson. Harbor's got 2 more in this game. I'd say between this game and last game against Coastal, Harbor might have just secured himself a Heisman Trophy, which would be so cool if we could actually get a Heisman winner. Return man brings it to the 24, and they will have 16 seconds before the half. What will they do? Looks like they're going to call some sort of play. This is our chance, because I think we start with the football in the second half. So this is our chance to do the double dip. Hand out to the running back. He's going nowhere. Ball's out. Recovery by Dylan Stewart. Dylan Stewart. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Okay. I don't know how that even happened. Did the CPU get cheated again? Was this a fumble? Oh my God, there's no way. Oh my God, there's absolutely no way this is a fumble. That ball is a fumble caused by the ground, which obviously can't be a fumble. And his knee was down before the ball comes out as well. That's a double non-fumble. 2 different requirements for it not to be a fumble. Clemson gets cheated, and Dylan Stewart picks it up and outruns the offensive lineman for the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Wow. I can't honestly believe what is happening. This is crazy. I mean, what is happening? I've never seen this many forced fumbles by this team. Why all of a sudden are we forcing so many fumbles? It's crazy, but I'm not going to complain about it. They're not going to review it. We will go up 21-7 right before half. I mean, I talk about the double dip all the time, where you score at the end of the first half, get the football to start the second half, and then score again to start the second half. That's a 14-point swing right out the gates. And we just did the double dip before halftime. Absolute insanity here in Columbia, South Carolina. And the Clemson has realized they're just going to kneel it down and go into the half and lick their wounds. Man, what a first half. I thought it was going to be a lot uglier of a game, and then we just exploded for 14 points unanswered. Nick Harbor has 5 catches for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's coming off of a game where he had over 150 against Coastal. This man's unbelievable. Don't go to the NFL, please. I beg of you. Don't leave me. I'm not going to be as good without you. And now we will start the second half against the Tigers. Let's try to get this clock moving with a nice little handoff here. I know the run game isn't as good because Clemson's defensive line is pretty solid. But maybe they're just going to be tired, not ready to go for the run, although they stop it pretty good there. Ohio State does win the game, which I'm super happy about. 30-22, thank God. They're having a horrible season, but at least they won that game. Michael Smith up the field. He went for the stupid reach because I did the hit stick and I did it the wrong way. I've heard that you have to flick it and not actually throw it, so... Or not actually push it up, which I've been doing. I think that's why I messed up the last one. Oh, that's an underthrow! What are we doing, Lenoris? Wow, Lenoris Sellers living up to his name. He sold that one. That's crazy. They're going to give me a slot fade. I like when they just acknowledge that the slot fade is the GOAT play, and we can give it to Nick Harbor. Dropped! Nick Harbor! Lenoris Sellers hurt, by the way. How? Just how? Oh my God, it's off his hands. Nick. I can't believe you. I can't believe you've done this. How could you drop this, Nick? Nicholas. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Now, what happened to Lenoris? Lenoris gets absolutely obliterated. And he's hurt. Well, he's not hurt. He's standing up straight. But they said he's hurt. He's out of the game. So it becomes a 3rd down and 10. And the young man, Aaron Nolan, the transfer from the Ohio State University, will step in. And he's a lefty. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting he's a lefty. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. Oh, I will if he starts playing more. It's a 4th and 2. Obviously, we're going to go for this because we are trying to blow out the Clemson Tigers. Harbor catches those 2 passes. He gets up the field. Lenoris will come back in at some point, but I've chosen to keep Aaron Nolan in the game for now. Might as well get Aaron Nolan some reps. He could be the starter next year. There's a high probability that he wins the job over Felix Coatney. Now, Felix could win the job over him. We're definitely going to have a quarterback battle when fall camp starts up next year. That is for sure. We'll hand this ball off to Nick Harbor for the jet touch pass. He should hopefully get enough blocking and get the first down. And he will get enough blocks to get the first down. Just barely, though. And we'll keep on moving. We'll keep on shrucking along. Bruised knee for Lenoris, and he's back in. Lenoris Sellers with that bad knee will come back in. Oh my God, TJ Parker is a speed demon. You see how fast he got around that edge? Crazy. If we can go up 28-7 over Clemson, my God, a pancake out of the soul. IHOP open 24/7, baby. But if we can go up 28-7 on Clemson, I would feel a little comfortable taking Lenoris out of the game to let him rest. Although, I mean, we've got what? A bye week in week 15. So he's got a week off to rest if need be before the SEC championship. So I think we could keep him in and it wouldn't matter. I'm going to let this roll to the end of the third quarter here. We will have 1 quarter remaining. We're trying to get that blowout because it would really help us secure the commitment of Cameron Daniel, the 5-star. Number 2 team in the nation. Oregon's still undefeated. I wonder if they're going to win their game. They're the only undefeated team left in football. Or at least FBS football, obviously. There could be some FCS teams that are undefeated. Who knows? Who cares? First and 10, Faison going nowhere. And he's hurt. I was hoping that we'd get through an episode where he didn't get hurt. But that is not the case. We will bring in Oscar Attaway III. I'm going to be sad when he leaves. He's been a hard-nosed runner. He's been a good, consistent runner. I've liked him. He's become one of my favorites in this first series, or this first episode, or for what? In this first season. 3rd and 8. Hit me with it, Harbor. Oh, he never got open. Harbor never got open. There wasn't much I could do about that. He was my only read. And I got to try to kick this. I got to practice my field goal kick so I can be consistent when it matters the most. Here we go. For a 24-7 lead, I will drill it. Okay. Carolina leads comfortably. We've achieved our 17-point lead that we need to get the blowout. We just got to make sure Clemson doesn't score. And other than their one touchdown drive, they haven't done much. They've gotten close a couple of times. They've missed a couple field goals. Well, one was blocked. The other was just missed. Other than that, they really haven't. I mean, they've had a couple of decent drives that have been stalled out. But Klubnik finds his man. First catch of the drive. Bryant Wesco Jr. You got some good players on this team, man. They got some good old-fashioned ball players. There's a catch, and that's a first down at the 33. Maybe a little blitz action. A little blitz action. Get up in the grill. Get up in the crevices, the crevasses. Oh, it's jump ball! Down, Brownlow Dindy jumps and swats that out of the air. It's going to be a holding call regardless, but pretty sick from Brownlow Dindy to get the hops there. We'll call it a 1st and 20. Accept the penalty, and let's go move on. Let's go move on. Oh, Dylan Stewart almost had a sack, but somehow, some way, Klubnik gets that ball, and it was accurate too. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? 2nd and 7. Klubnik finds his man in the flat. He's got it open, big hit, but he doesn't drop the football. It's not a fumble. Come on, Cade. You know you want to mess up. You know you want to get too aggressive, try to get all the touchdowns, all the points back on one play, and you'll make a mistake. I know you want to do it. He's going to find his man open. It's a 1st down again. Come on, Cade. Just make a mistake. It's not that hard. Just simply make a mistake, and we can go home. It's actually really easy to make a mistake. He's going to get sacked. That's not really a mistake, but he is going to get sacked. I think it was Miles who got the sack. Stewart was in there, but I don't think they're going to credit with half a sack. They shouldn't if they do. He's going to check it down. Easy stop by Murphy. It's 3rd and 14. It's obviously 4-down territory, but a 3rd and 14 is always nice. Make a mistake, Cade. I know you want to. I can see it. He's going to throw it. There's the mistake. It's Johnson with the pick. It's not even an easy read. It's just he threw it horribly right to Johnson, and he made the mistake that I was asking for. Thank you, Cade. Thank you, Cade. Thank you, Cade. Lenore Sellers back out of the game. Did they just substitute him out, or is he actually hurt? I don't know. I'm kind of concerned because Aaron Nolan's in the game, but it's the end of it. We're up 24-7. I'm not that mad. If it was like a 1-touchdown game, I'd be a little bit more concerned. I think we can get by with Aaron Nolan. We're going to have to get by with Aaron Nolan. I mean, he's going to be our starter next year, most likely. 1st down, Nick Harbor. Just keep feeding him. He's got 10 for 197. I think we've secured the Heisman. I mean, these 2 games, he's had what? Like 20-plus catches, 300, 400 yards total, and like 6 touchdowns. I'd say that's got to be over Mekhi Hughes. I don't care what Mekhi Hughes has been doing. That's got to be it. I like this route from Mazio Bennett, but it's going to be a run. So we'll motion him and then hand it off to Oscar Attaway, and he will get shut down. He has not been able to find any space on this Clemson defensive line here. It makes sense. They're trying to predict the run because they want to get the football back. We are under a minute to go. Screen probably isn't the best call here, but it's whatever. We'll get it out. Attaway has it. He gets blocks, and he gets the 1st down. That's ball game. The screen actually was a solid play. And we will have one more play before we win the rivalry against Clemson. We achieve the blowout, which is 17 plus. We get that. And hopefully, I'm praying that that gets us ahead for Cameron Daniel because I really want that extra 5-star. And there it is. We actually get a cool trophy. Little palm tree or something. I like that. That's pretty sick, actually. All right. Lawrence Sellers seems to be okay. He's celebrating on the field there. So he might be okay. But that's a big victory. 24-7. I mean, we scored 21 in the second quarter. That's really what changed it, obviously. So huge W's. Almost get another level up. That would have been nice. We finished the season at 11-1. We will go to the SEC Championship next episode. We earn our first trophy in the trophy cabinet. It's the Palmetto Bowl trophy against Clemson. Well, that's nice. I'd like to add a national championship to that too. Let's simulate the week. Give me a Heisman Trophy for Nick Harbor. Please. Please give me a Heisman Trophy. We get locked out of so many different people. I'm kind of upset. We do get a level up, which is awesome. Who locked us out? George Beard, even with the visit, locked us out. We lost Chuck Hawker, which is very annoying. He chose Clemson after he saw that game. What are we talking about, Chuck? Dick Mangum chose Oklahoma. I'm upset about that. Marquez Beaver locked us out. Oh, my God. It's all falling apart. It's all crumbling here at the end of the season. Nick Harbor is the player of the week. Surprise, surprise to no one. And we will take on Auburn in the SEC Championship, a team we did not play this year. Very cool. Very, very cool. Heisman watch, please tell me he's in the lead. Nick Harbor leads the Heisman. Oh, my God. It could happen. For the first time in World of Juice history, we could have a Heisman Trophy winner in the Dynasty. It's possible. It is all possible. Beard locked us out. He sucks. Dick Mangum locked us out. Chuck Hawker locked us out. They're all jabronis. They all suck. Rochelle locks us out. Stacy locks us out. Beaver locks us out. Sucks to suck. Quincy Adebo is who I wanted anyway. Although 80 speed is disgusting. I don't want him. Never mind. I don't want him. How are we looking here? So we're still good on all of these guys. We're the only one going after any of these guys. We've jumped into first for Fernando Rojas. Romeo Hurt, we're probably not going to get. Cameron Daniel, we've taken the lead for, but he has not chosen a school. Please choose us. Oh my God, just choose us. It's not that difficult to just choose us. Jesus. All right, well, I'll continue to look for some more running backs that have decent speed because I could certainly use this year's Cam Barfield. So let's try to find a running back that has that kind of speed. They're going to have to be 3 stars, but maybe there's a 3-star that's got some speed. You never know. East-West playmaker. One of these running backs has got to have something here. Marco Wayne. What do you got, Batman? He's got 79 speed. Good God, get off my board. Kofi Sexton, you got a great name. 81 speed, get off my board. Frederick Hurt. Now we're talking. 80 speed, get off my board. Zach Tucker. 81 speed, get off my board. David Thrash is a 2-star. Didn't realize that. But he's got 87 speed, 89 excel. He's the fastest one. Of course he is. He's a freaking 2-star. You know what? I will bring him in. I will offer him 5 hours. We'll see what happens. Ezekiel Ruffin, do I even want you? I don't know. I don't want you. I know you're a 3-star, but I don't want you. Darian Booty, I'll toss a 25 piece on you. See what happens. You don't get any. You're not getting recruited by anybody anyway. We'll see what happens with those guys. There's got to be a running back with some speed, right? It can't be that hard to find a running back that's got speed. This guy's a contact seeker. Emmanuel Phoenix. That's a crazy name. Or Phoenix. I guess I think it would be Phoenix. Elusive bruiser. Backfield threat. Contact seeker. I don't think he's going to have that much speed. These are all 2-stars, though. Are there any 3-stars? I'd prefer 3-stars if I had the choice. Larry Sermon, I think we looked at him, didn't we? Cortez Allen. Cordell Dobbs. I know we looked at a Debo. Daryl Shembo, he's a JUCO. I don't want him anyway. North-South blocker is a crazy build. Oh, North-South receiver could be good, but he's a JUCO. Darn it. I don't want JUCOs. Backfield threat could be possible. East-West playmaker, maybe. Cole Stye. Let's check out those guys. One of these guys is going to have some speed. I got to believe. 81 speed. Sorry, Phoenix. You got a cool name. 78 speed. No, thank you. All these 2-stars are trash. 90 speed for Jimmy Parms. Finally. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm looking for. Jimmy Parms with the 90 speed. There we go. Okay. We got somebody at least. Cole Stye, 75 speed. Get off my freaking board, dude. Get off the freaking board. We don't know about Terrence Carlisle yet. I'll just take Nate Hills off the board because we might have found our guy with Jimmy Parms. He's got that speed. He's got that speed. I'm going to take off some points for Darren Booty. And we're going to put those 25 on top of Jimmy Parms because I really like a 90 speed running back. That would be super, super sick. Okay, let's advance to the SEC Championship and find out if Nick Harbor is going to actually come home from New York with the Heisman Trophy. Ezekiel Malveaux commits. I thought that was going to be Cameron Daniel. I really did. No, Jimmy Parms deal breaker. Oh, no. Jimmy Parms, we can't recruit because we got a deal breaker. Playing style is a C-. We have a C-. Why are you deal breaking us? Don't be like that. We can't even go in and see him. Oh, no. No. We might be out on him. 90 speed, though. Increased sway chance for all of these guys. Do I even want to spend the hours on this? Do I have to? Can I buy something else? I can't purchase this because I have to get a minimum coach level of 10. So I'm going to keep my points until I can get into Motivator. So next episode, we will have the SEC Championship. The Heisman finalists have been announced. These men will be going to New York to decide who's going to come home with the trophy. I really hope that Nick Harbor is actually the one to come away with it. The last thing to do before we end the episode is take a look at the season stats before they're affected by the SEC Championship game. So Lenore Sellers comes away with 2,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. A few too many interceptions for my liking, but hey, to be honest, I could have done a lot worse. That's actually a fairly decent touchdown interception ratio considering I'm the one playing. Aaron Nolan had 8 for 8, 65 total yards. We didn't really do too much for him. He might even transfer with the brand exposure. Oh my God. Well, our brand exposure is going to have to go up because we're going to play in the SEC Championship, which is a nationally televised game. And then we're going to hopefully win that, go to the playoffs, and have at least 3 nationally televised playoff games, or at the most 3 televised playoff games. That's got to get our brand exposure up. We shouldn't be worried about that. Aaron Nolan should stay around. Running game, we almost got 1,000 with Rasul Faison. Oscar Attaway. Both these guys would transfer, but they're both graduating, so it doesn't matter. And then 827 yards for Rasul Faison, 8 touchdowns for him, 7 for Attaway. I liked Attaway. He was a good running back for us. Receiving, we know how good Nick Harbor was. He could be the Heisman Trophy winner. But everybody else, we kind of force-fed Nick Harbor a lot. I can see that now when it's on paper, seeing the severe reception. We threw 102 passes to Nick Harbor, and then everybody else got under 30. I didn't realize they even threw it to him that much. That's crazy. I promise you I wasn't trying until the end, obviously, to get him the Heisman. Wow, that's kind of crazy. But these are the numbers for everybody. Defensively, Brandon Cease, 65 tackles, leads the team. Jair Johnson was right there with 61. Tackle for loss leader, Dylan Stewart had 30. 20 for Brian Thomas Jr. Sack leader was obviously Dylan Stewart with 18. Please don't go to the draft. Actually, he can't. He's a sophomore. So he's coming back for next season because his deal breaker is conference prestige, and we're in the SEC. So we will get a second season of Dylan Stewart. Yes. Okay. Brian Thomas Jr., unfortunately, will graduate, though. He's a senior, which kind of sucks. Brownlow Dindy, Monkel Goodwine all did very well this year. Interception leader was DQ Smith with 4, and then a few guys had individual ones. I didn't miss a single field goal this year. I'm super proud about that. I'm super proud about that. Didn't miss a single field goal. I kicked a 47-yarder as well. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. We had two punt return touchdowns from Mazio Bennett. Then we had no punt return touchdowns. And those are your regular season stats. Next episode will be the SEC Championship. Auburn, South Carolina. And in that episode, we will also find out if Nick Harbor actually wins the Heisman Trophy. But if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.